Katt Williams' exclusive expose on Club Shay Shay's interview. Now, it looks like every personality involved is speaking. Now, Steve Harvey, in a display of tweet, is also explaining his part of the portion of the interview. And interestingly, he's saying that Katt Williams, alongside other people, tried to sabotage his career. At a point, he says that he was nearly cancelled. Well, let's get you some interesting tweets we have cited on Steve Harvey's speech. And, fans are, claiming that this could be a response to Katt Williams. Now, I have been citing these things for a very long time, and honestly, I think that there's something that we all have to be paying attention to. So quickly, in a series of tweets, let me just get you one of these, and he says, oh gosh, like, boy, shut up. He says, boy, shut up. And the next one he said was, you don't have to address your haters. Now, this particular one is very piercing. It tells, a story that you could tell that there's a background about exactly what this post suggests, that you don't have to address your haters. Indirectly, dude is trying to say that Katt Williams is a hater, right? Okay, we'll actually have time to delve into all these tweets, but let's quickly move on to another one that he posted. He said, they tried to get me cancelled. And he put on a laughing emoji over there. Really? There was an orchestration to cancel Steve Harvey. When was this? When was this? Okay, then the next one he says, okay, I think this is quite similar. He says, everything I got, I asked God for it. Now, let me just quickly dissect into, the tweet he has been posting, so you can actually appreciate exactly why people even think that this is a shade to Katt Williams. So the first tweet, he says, boy, shut up. Now, who should shut up? Katt Williams, definitely, because Katt Williams sat on Club Shay Shay's interview and had an explosive conversations with, Club Shay Shay, that's Shayna. Now, we all do know what apparently Katt Williams did say. He didn't actually spare most of the personalities, including Steve Harvey, Michael Blankson, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, just name them. And on the Steve Harvey part, he said, dude, like, he's actually been in the business for a very long time, but honestly, he's got nothing to even show. That he's also being controlled by the wife, and everything Steve Harvey does has to be manipulated by his wife. Well, I don't know about that, if that's a reality, but he says, boy, shut up. So just a caution or warning to Katt Williams. He says, shut up. Now, let me just move on to the other tweet. Now, he says you don't have to address your haters. Now, this comes definitely after the Katt Williams expose. So Steve says he ain't got time for Katt Williams. He ain't got time for the haters out there who want to hear his side of the story. But literally, like, dude, like, you're actually also explaining yourself. So why do you say you don't have to address your haters? Now, why is he calling Katt a hater over here? It's another question, actually. Was he not telling his truth? Was he not actually also exposing things that has been happening in Hollywood? In fact, all these people that Katt Williams mentioned, one way or the other, the things he said are true. It is true. And Katt, had everything or every right to say about, well, maybe so it went so personal, but what he said was true. In my opinion, what he said was true. He had every right to say about it. But unfortunately for Steve Harvey, Steve says he ain't got time to address his haters. The funny thing I did see, and I'm like, oh, really it did happen, was when he said, they tried to get me cancelled. Now, in Hollywood, who would dare cancel Steve Harvey? Who has the right to cancel Steve Harvey at this pedestal that he apparently is? Who would even have to, go on that tangent of, he is a whole empire on its own. Steve Harvey is a whole empire, in fact, it's a whole enterprise institution on its own. So I'm surprised that they actually, he said that there was a plot, an orchestration to apparently cancel him in Hollywood. Not to discredit anyone in Hollywood, but honestly, Steve Harvey is one of the most powerful, sought-after personalities in Hollywood. So, is he trying to say that the Katt Williams thing was geared to wanting to sabotage his career, was also trying to dent his image, and maybe one way or the other try to diminish the kind of pedigree that he apparently is on now? Well, I think we'll have to look at that, honestly. Now, lastly, on this particular tweet is when he said, everything I got, I asked God for it. So the fame, he said, he has now, God gave it to him. The kind of personality he actually, the family, the joy, the happiness he has, everything, how he can actually just even whisper and thousands of people would just laugh at or laugh to, is actually a gift from God. I like, but this looks very shady. So indirectly, he says that Katt Williams is not funny. He has to actually crack his head, try to create jokes. His jokes are not funny because, hey, Steve, if you know how to write, you also know how to analyze. We know everything you got. You said God gave it to you, 100%. So your jokes, everything, how funny you are, God gave. But who says Katt Williams is not from God? See, let's just have some kind of unison in Hollywood, especially with the comedy industry, because hey, this whole tiff beef and wrangle about who's funny, who's not funny. Recently, Joe Coy apparently was being chastised, on stage after his joke that went bad against Taylor Swift. So the whole comedy industry, I mean, it's really not vast. It just has a number of people. Now, I don't really see this same happening with the female. What did you have it? But it's quite little when it comes to these things. It's very little. Honestly, like Katt had his chance and he spoke about it. And I'm not also discrediting what Steve Harvey is saying. He also has his platform. He can actually talk or say everything he has to say. But there's these ones. I mean, the one that shocks me most is the fact that he said there was a plot to cancel him in Hollywood. Cancel Steve Harvey? For what reason? How? Why would they even do this? I mean, comedy actually is not really being fun. Now it has become more than a roasting business, like a toasting thing. Comedy was supposed to be for toast, not for roast. Unfortunately, in Hollywood now, if you crack a joke and you're not careful, it's either going to step on someone's toes and people actually going to react in a bizarre way that you actually will feel very hurt about it, or you have to get your own people in the comedy industry who actually would bombard you with so much criticisms, and if you're not careful, you're actually going to feel very bad for your own self. See, Katt Williams has been talking, Kevin Hart has been talking. Recently, Michael Blankson is also talking. He says, in a recent interview, what did he say? He says that, Katt Williams jealous him. He says Katt jealouses him. And I'm like, why is everyone talking about Katt like that? Now Steve Harvey is also responding to it. So, guys, in coming days, it actually will be a beef between beautiful, colleagues in comedy, but it's not really going to be healthy, honestly, because these same people that attend Katt Williams' program are the same people that attend Michael Blankson, also Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey's concert. Eddie Murphy just mentioned well, he's even a comedian. Well, sometimes he is. I don't know. Maybe he's not taking it full time, but well, Eddie Murphy once a while does it for me. And it's not safe in Hollywood. It isn't safe in Hollywood at all. Okay. So let's just have a healthy conversation when it comes to this comedy industry. Katt Williams is okay. I think recently he's on a tour. Funny enough, he's actually on a tour with Kevin Hart's ex. And that is also sparking another controversy. Well, time will tell how these two are actually going to tell their differences. Leave your thought in comments inside the comment section. Thanks for watching.